we live? Yo, yo, yo. What is up, everybody? How you all doing today? So no intro. I just woke up like 7 minutes ago. And yeah, I was planning on waking up like 30 minutes earlier than I actually woke up to set up the graphics and all that stuff. So today we're going to be using some makeshift scoreboard, as you see down there. Never used this before. It's just some random PNG that I found on Google, and we're going to be rocking that for this stream. But after that, we'll actually be going back to the proper format with the scoreboards that I used last season, or I might even create a new one, I'm not sure, but yeah, we're just going to be using this random PNG that I saw on Google, and I'm just pulling up the lineups now. So let me take a look at the lineups to see what we're going to be throwing out here. I'm going to guess it's going to be a 3-5-2. Let me take a look here. Looks to me like that is going to be the case, yeah. So Nightingale, Pierce, and Lee Brown in the back three. I was wondering if they'd be playing PK or Brown. Looks to me like they're going to be going with Brown. Let me actually screenshot this so you guys can see. I thought I was going to have everything prepared beforehand, but I overslept a little bit, so apologize for that. Hold on 1 second. God damn it, where is it? Alright, there we go. It's going to be on the corner of the screen there. Alright, so that's the lineup that we're rocking. Magoma as the holding, or the central midfielder, holding type mid. Marsh and Chislett outside of him. I like that. I wanted to see Marsh start no matter what, and I'm glad to see that he is starting. Interesting that Chislett's going to be playing as that holding mid. Or maybe not interesting, I should say. I said interesting as in I didn't expect it, but McCormick is actually out for this game due to just holding out, honestly, because he just doesn't want to play. He just doesn't want to play League 2, so I mean, he can do whatever he wants, right? I just think that if he's a part of the team, he should just give it his all, give it 100%, but he's not playing, so Chislett's going to be playing outside of him instead of Woodyard. That's a telling sign right there. That's a telling sign right off the bat that Johnny Jackson maybe not a fan. So Chislett starting at CM. Curry and Gunter outside. I expected that much. And then Asal and Davison up top. Okay. I am going to be expecting big, big, big things from this striking pairing. Ayuba, maybe not, a natural striker, but Ayuba Asal going to create some absolute mayhem with his off-the-ball press. And Davison is also kind of similar in that role. He also likes to provide that off-the-ball press. But I'm going to be expecting big things from Davison, as we don't really have too much else in the striking department. I mean, we do have Zach Robinson, right, who showed a lot of promise last season. Maybe not his finishing, but his overall ability to just a bright young talent, really. And then Kyle Hudlin, unproven. I'm not sure how he's going to do. Some people are saying that he's not, even though he's 6'8", right? He's not necessarily a very good jumper, and he's not as ideal of a target man as you would expect a 6'8" guy to be. He's okay on the ball for someone who's 6'8", but we'll see how he performs. But I expect big things from Davison. He's gonna have to show out and create some goals where we were rather devoid of goals last season. But yeah, that being said, who are we going to be facing off against Gills? They're going to go with the 4-2-3-1. I see a couple of familiar faces here. I see Kashket. I mentioned him in my I can't think today. In my bio? No. The description. Kashket, Mandron, both coming from Cheye Alexander, actually. Who else? Williams, Sean Williams, is that? Yeah, Sean Williams came from... Where did he come from? That's a familiar face. I know that. I've heard of that guy before. But, yeah, I'm not too familiar with everybody else on the starting order. Oh, Lee, actually. Yeah, Ollie Lee. I think he played last season for the Gills. Not too bad of an attacking mid. That being said, let's pull up the game here. Again, this is gonna be a makeshift stream. I'm gonna have the timer above this random scoreboard that I found on Google, as I didn't have the graphics set up due to oversleeping. Gonna log into iFollow and go from there. Somebody messaged me on Instagram also asking me my opinions. I like that Chiz is starting over Woody. Macca is holding out A. All right, perfect. Let's pull up the match center. Visit live match center. Yeah, here we go.
It's good to be back here, first day of the season. A cracking atmosphere here.
Oh.
And we've got a guest summariser, Michael.
Oh, here we go. We're starting up already, boys. Oh, we got Wordsworth. We got Wordsworth in the commentary booth. Hell yeah. Alright, set up the timer. Of course, we're back again as usual with Rob Cornell and Mike T on commentary. Alright, boys. So the new kits. Oh, Asel or Davison already putting that off the ball press, and ball goes out for a throw in. I thought the ball was going to bounce favorably for him, but it actually went out. So Josh Davison already showing what he's got. I'm interested, not interested, but I was going to say I'm interested to see Zanev instead of Broom. I think a lot of people were expecting Nathan Broom to be making his debut already. But here we go, boys. We're back up and running once again. I'm a little bit rusty with my commentary, so don't mind me if I pause or stutter every now and again. And I'm also really tired. I'm not used to waking up at 6:30 in the morning like I used to back then when it was dead smack in the middle of the season. So we'll see what goes on here with the commentary. Nice to hear the fans back up and running too. And the fans overreacting just a little bit, I guess. Chislett received the goal kick from the wide area and just a mistimed tackle, just a stamping of the feet there by accident from the defender. Fuck, where are the lineups? There we go. Uh-oh. Here's Nick Zanev. And he just plays it wide. Good ball over there to Chiz. Chiz cuts inside. Yeah, Chiz playing as a center mid, but he's hooking out wide on some of these occasions. He likes to play out wide. That's part of the reason why I'd like to see a 4-3-3 coming out from us every now and again, with Chiz on that wide area. But our center mid depth is quite high. Lee Brown, ball over the top there. Oh, Davison receives it. Oh, nicely done there by Zanev. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, Zanev played a good ball out to Lee Brown, and Lee Brown tried to play it across, and the ball almost got dispossessed, and so and then Zanev's clearance was very wayward. So, that's nowhere near a foul. After that kind of poor clearance there from Zanev, somebody receives it, takes a touch towards the 18-yard box. And Curry, with a brilliant tackle from behind, got plenty of the ball there, but the referee deemed it to have been a foul as he got the player first. It didn't look like he got the player first either. It looks like he got the ball first and just followed through. But, yeah, at first it was good work there from Zanev to play sweeper keeper, but then Lee Brown kind of played a wayward ball over to the other side and passed back to Zanev. Zanev, poor clearance. Just a weird pinball there. Weird moment of pinball, but here we go. Free kick here for the Gills in a good area. Well. I presume that my stream will not have too many. I don't really care that much about how many viewers I get, but I presume that this one will be kind of a shorter stream in terms of turnout because, you know, a lot of people will be wanting to go to the first game of the season. But in the end, that's something that, well, it's not completely sold out from what I'm looking at here. I mean, it is League 2 after all. Maybe some people would be demotivated after that relegation. But looks like a decent turnout for what it is. I'd say about like 85%, 90%.
Interesting to see how the Dons fare this afternoon after 3 home pre-season.
So we got to throw it out wide here for Gills.
Ipswich running away at 3-0 winners a couple of weeks ago. Then of course Reading came here and did a 2-0 demolition job on the Dons, but of course much improved and certainly aspects of the Dons play last Saturday in the goalless draw with Oxford United. And of course good play from Nick Zanev. I'm gonna
start reading off names here from the Gills. So you got 16 Jeffries. Kashket was trying to receive it on the hold-up, and then on the return pass over to the outside back was like 5 yards behind the outside back as he tried to make a run. Miscommunication there from the Gills. I'm really interested to see how Magoma plays, because, I mean, a lot of people are rating him very highly, especially the Brentford B fans. But I really want to see it in action. That was a good first touch there for Magoma off of the throw-in from AFC Wimbledon, and he got brought down off that first touch, so it was nicely done. Let's see if he can get a challenge here. Yeah, him and Chisholm kind of doubling up on a player after a knockdown from a clearance, so nicely done there from Magoma and Chiz. But still in possession here for Gills. Come on.
To Ryan Law, back with Baggett once again, across now to the right-hand side. Here's Will Wright. Short square pass now for Jeffries, and well closed down there by Asal, forced Jeffries to steer it all the way.
Asal and Davison is going to be a very good striking duo in terms of off-the-ball press. It's going to make it very, very difficult for any team in this league to knock it around.
Steers it away to Nightingale now on the far side. Comes under immediate challenge from Wally Lee. And Nightingale did well, managed to get the deflection off.
Nice.
Throw into the
There's a pass back to Nightingale, and he was double teamed. I know people don't say that in the UK, but I feel as if it's a good way to express being doubled up in the press, but he was able to try to clear his lines, and it blocked off one of the defenders. So good composure there shown by Nightingale. He's decent on the ball, I will say about Nightingale. He's decent on the ball. Can be a little bit sketchy in terms of off the ball defensive marking and losing his man. but on the ball it's pretty easy.
We'll try and catch up with some of them, and Canada as well, tuning in as well on the big screen as well.
Yeah, foul committed there by Davison off the throw in as he was deemed to have pushed somebody from behind, trying to win the header. It went out a little easy, but I still think it was enough for a foul. Did have a little bit of hands-on interaction there. Gills, ooh, back post is a good one. Okay. Looked to me like the center back Baggett won the header over everyone, but straight to Zanev. And Wimbledon tried to just counter-attack right away with a short throw from Zanev, and a ball over the top to Asal was just too heavy.
Down the right-hand side for Gillingham, but again it goes beyond any of his colleagues. And Lee Brown still letting the ball bounce behind, retrieves it. And
why is the replay still playing? Come on, there we go. Nice turn by Magoma. Ooh, Curry shielded the ball very well. Could have easily gotten dispossessed there, but put his body on the line to shield it away. The ball was played back to Zanev by Curry, and Zanev tried to play Nightingale on the outside, and the ball was a good 2 or 3 yards past Nightingale, and there we go again with the shakiness from Zanev on the ball. I mean, to be fair to Zanev, he was pressed right away there from Mandron, and Mandron was a good 3 yards away from him by the time Zanev even received the ball. So he tried to open his body up and pass it with his right foot to Nightingale instead of maybe using his left foot, having that ball go across his body, and as a result, ball went a couple yards past Nightingale, and now it's a foul here for Gillingham. Yellow card for Nightingale. He had to bring him down. I mean, there's no other choice there. Thankfully, it wasn't a denial of goal-scoring opportunity. But there it is again, man. There it is again. The shakiness possessed by Nick Zanev on the ball. Do you have Elkin Baggett? Gillingham, yeah, they're starting off with Elkin Baggett.
Comes the free kick now from the left-hand side, fired into the heart of the 6-yard box, and in the end, too far ahead of both Baggett's and
couple yards wide of the post there, as that was kind of like a half cross, half shot sort of deal. I think that was a cross, but just a couple yards ahead of all the runners from Gillingham there.
Into the path of Pierce, but this time successfully distributed into Brown. Here's Curry, but once again the Dons are closed down. Just about
what's up, Connor?
Of the ball, and back it goes into the penalty area once more. Pierce feeds Zanev. Oh, and Magoma just dwelling on.
Ooh, Magoma, yeah, dwelling on possession there a little bit. I think the audio is just a little bit ahead of the video for me, but yeah, he does get brought down. Didn't expect somebody to be coming from behind. Unfortunately, I cannot show the broadcast because I will get copyright striked. I learned that the hard way in one of my streams last time. Even if I show like only a quarter of the broadcast on the quarter of the screen, I still think I'll get copyright striked in the end. I don't want to risk that. So.
He looks like he's a very good player, technically really gifted. He's been put under a bit of pressure a couple of times with the ball's fed into him, but he's dealt with it really well.
Throwing now to Gillingham on their right-hand side. With myself, Mike T, Rob Cornell, and Anthony W in full splendour on Radio WDO this afternoon, kicking off the new season.
Baggett in possession here. No press here from AFC Wimbledon. Okay, we see some press there from Gunter.
Now to Baggett, midway inside his own half. Square now for Max Aimer. Player with a bit of goal scoring previous against the Dons. Both Davison and Asau looking to try and close Gillingham down as they try and play it forward from the back. It's back with Aimer once again inside the D on the edge of the box.
Ooh, right away we're seeing some press from the outside back again. Chislett actually, not an outside back, but yeah. Gillingham just playing it amongst their back four here. They've been doing so for the past, I'd say, 20 seconds. Not able to find the opportunity to play the ball as AFC Wimbledon. Good shape, you know, Asal and Davison not pressing, only when necessary. They're just, you know, moving back and forth to try to keep Gills at bay.
Now here's Jeffries. Baggett now away on the
what happened to the commentary? It's so quiet.
Up towards Mandron, well beaten in the air by Pierce.
Oh, I think it might be my headphones. Yeah.
Very well played for the Dons there by intervenes and steers it back into the penalty area once more. And eventually the ball will trickle through for Chislett now.
Chislett on the wide area. Let's see what he can do. Curry tried to take it first time, take a touch, a heavy touch, but it was cleared away by the outside back. Let me know if the commentary is too loud relative to my voice. No video, no party. Sorry. I don't really care about viewerships, but I can't play it because I did get a copyright strike last time I did that. So 3 strikes and you're out, sort of deal. I think it's like if you get 3 strikes, your channel gets taken down or something. So I do not want to risk that.
There's things that you recognise as well from your days of being a teammate with him at Colchester, yeah?
Yeah, just the warm-up he done at the start of the game. It was one we used to do at Colchester. Mick Barford, classic. I know Johnny and Mick still probably in good contact, so he's probably still nicking 1 or 2 things off.
Long ball over to Davison from Zanev, and the center back clears his lines partially, only as far as Chislett. Nicely done, taking someone on 1v1. Ooh. Yeah, he ended up beating right for pace, but then it was Amer that came in the support as Chislett tried to take it down the goal line there. And it's going to be a corner kick here for the Dons. First one of the game. First corner in general of the game, actually. Not too much action in these first 14 minutes or so. So yeah, first corner of the game. Cleared away. Brilliant finish there from Ethan Chislett. Headed away. Chislett first time. Blasted near post top corner, baby. Again, the commentary is just a little bit ahead, so I was like, oh shit, what happened? Ethan Chislett with an absolute rocket, ladies and gentlemen, to start this game. What a fucking finish there by Ethan Chislett. Ethan Chislett was hard done by last season, you know. Had a couple of performances, and all of a sudden he gets put on the bench by Mark Robinson. Kind of unexpectedly, really. We thought Chislett was going to be starting a lot more games last season. In the middle of the season when he started showing good performances. Great first touch by Chiz, an absolute belter into the top corner from about 22 yards out or so. Brilliant finish. And yeah, no Macca, no Woody for today, so Ethan Chislett making the start and showing everybody why he deserves the start. I mean, already positive start from Ethan Chislett, taking someone on 1v1 to win the corner, and then brilliant finish there from AFC Wimbledon. Wait. I was wondering, the scoreboard said 0-0. I'm like, was there an offside? No. Here we go. Davison holding the ball up here. Playing it back out wide to Gunter. Get in, boys. Come on. Oh, no, this guy's definitely a bot. If you want many subscribed live streaming Elkin Baggett. Tell them 250 million people from Indonesia waiting for Gillingham live. Really? Interesting. Well, welcome from Indonesia. Nice to see that EFL League 1 and League 2 is getting more worldwide outreach as each season passes. I think more people are starting to see the luster of supporting a lower league side. Let's go Curry. There was a ball played up to the striker that Curry intercepted very nicely. Gunter's going to take someone on 1v1 here. Let's see what he can do. Back to Marsh, actually. What's a decent ball from Curry. Just a little bit over the head of everybody, though, out for a goal kick. Has the championship started yet? I'm talking to my friend Connor. He is a Luton Town fan, actually. Oh, yeah. Yeah, championship has started. Blackpool 1-0 over Reading. Millwall 1-0 over Stoke. Luton playing against Birmingham. How did the transfer window go for Luton? wonder if Lyle Taylor is playing right now for Birmingham. I will check that as soon as I can. Yeah, Birmingham versus Luton. We got Adebayo playing up top alongside Morris. Unfortunately, what's his name? Norwood was his name? Yeah, it was only signed for 1 season, was he not? James Norwood. Oh, Troy Deeney. Troy Deeney is actually playing for Birmingham. Did they sign him or is he on loan? I'm pretty sure they signed him. Birmingham City confirmed the signing of Troy Deeney for a 2-year deal. Interesting. Okay. I think he's where he belongs in the championship, though. Or, I mean, Watford played in the championship last season, anyway. Interesting. Did not expect that. Anyway. Ball over the top here for Mandron. Nicely done. Alex Pierce just out-duels him for physicality. Mandron going down a little bit easy there, but not enough for a free kick. Am I hearing the wanky boys? Something like that. Freaking UK crowds are funny. All I heard something wanky. I didn't understand the rest of the chant. 1K. For the 1K boys, stand up. I'm not trying to be British. I just wanted to recreate what I thought I heard from the chant, so I wouldn't sound stupid. Probably did sound stupid anyway. Anyway, Gillingham just knocking it around. I mean, they're playing it very slow, and then they're just knocking it forward after a while, not finding any opportunity. After not finding any passing opportunities.
So that was a tie between Green and Curry there, the two of them. So Gillingham come forward now down the left-hand side.
On the left side here is Kashket. Brings it down to the middle. Ooh. Zanev is able to collect it after spilling it. Hey man, where do you watch the match? Could you share the link? Really difficult to serve the live match. I'm watching this on iFollow. It's a paid subscription service for teams in Football League 2, or sorry, League 1 or below. You do have to buy it off of iFollow, and unfortunately, I cannot broadcast the match. Otherwise, I will get a copyright strike. We got a couple of people. Baggett's. Got plenty of Elkin Baggett fans. He is an Indonesian. Okay, he's from Indonesia. That's why. Okay. Well, I did not know that. The more you know. But welcome along the stream nonetheless. I'll try to provide as good a commentary as I can. Sal here trying to create something down the middle. Plays it back to Magoma. Magoma switches it. Over the head of Gunter. Yeah, I'm really, really impressed with what I've seen so far from Paris Magoma on the ball. Always looking to take a first touch out of space. Kind of similar style to George Marsh, at least in terms of a getting out of space type of play. But Magoma seems to have a good first touch on him. We haven't seen too much from him in terms of how good he is on the ball, in terms of passing the ball around or trying to find it. I mean, he's a good passer of the ball in terms of getting it out wide, but we're yet to see his ability to try to play a through ball, you know, an incisive ball through the back line. Alex Pierce winning the header there over Mandron. And now the ball falls comfortably here for Chislett as he plays it out wide to Curry. Lee Brown just keeping the ball here. No pressure from the Gills. Come on, Willie. Tries to lump it forward.
There's a misplaced pass from Nightingale, and Ryan Law will take the resulting throw in for Gillingham. We're at the exact midway point then in the first half. Wimbledon 1, Gillingham 0. Shouts to Dean and George.
Gonna take a look at some results around the league. Don't know too much about League 2 teams. I know a lot more about League 1 than I do about League 2. But I will take a look at results regardless. So, we got 1-0 Carlisle over Crawley. As I say that, Paris Magoma. I'm going to rewind. I'm behind about 10 seconds. He does dispossess. I want to see how he dispossesses. Yeah, just a wayward pass there from the outside back intended for Green. And Magoma is right on top of that. Plays it out to Gunter. Cross block there, and it's going to be for a corner kick here for the Dons. Nicely done.
Flex their set piece muscles with a corner from the right hand side, I think, for the first time this afternoon. Lee Brown makes his way across to take it. Once again, the Dons gradually piling the big guns forward. With Pearce and Nightingale making the
just taking a look at a couple of EFL Championship results in the meantime. It's going to be a corner kick here for Gunter to take with his left foot. Or Brown, excuse me. Keeper punched it away on the near post. I thought for sure it was going to sneak in. Ooh, the striker Mandron is actually the one who heads that away. What? That's soft. Come on.
So it's going to be a free kick to Gillingham just on the edge of their penalty area. With 24 minutes gone.
Already we're seeing Wickham 2-0 up over Burton in League 1, actually. Interesting.
Gillingham, well, certainly when we're at home to them, sometimes we've had down at the Priestfield in recent years. Certainly opposition that never truly...
I'm really sad. By the way, I'm really sad to see Akinfenwa retire. I was going to say, how's Akinfenwa doing? Yeah, I forgot he retired last season. Very sad to see the Beast retiring, but he has had a long and definitely a storied career for someone who hasn't ever played in the Prem. Very, very good career. I mean, he's seen, what, 3 promotions, I think. One of them with the AFC Wimbledon faithful. Cross coming in, headed away, but danger hasn't passed here as the Gills have it with Green. Ooh, cross over everyone's head, and Gunter's going to receive that one. Yeah, nothing really being shown from the Gills here in terms of offensive prowess. They have not challenged Wimbledon. That's a yellow card, surely. No, just a warning. Yeah, very mistimed challenge there from Williams, the center mid, on top of Marsh. But just a warning there from the referee.
I think he's done. Jack Curry started really well, considering this is his debut. I really like him. Even when I was here, he was technically good.
Ooh, Alex Pearce a little too comfortable on the ball as he plays it out to Zanev. Zanev clears with his left foot. Yeah, they're headed back into the box. Mandron. Good, well sought out there by Alex Pearce, forcing it wide. I thought Mandron was going to take a heavy touch to set up a shot with his left foot, but Alex Pearce was there. Cleared away by Nightingale. Yeah, I mean, the clearance from Zanev wasn't the worst in the world, but nobody was able to win that one. It was like a good 5 yards overhead height as soon as it reached its apex. So the outside back was able to just head it back into the danger area.
Like Mike said, that second goal, it'll really put this game to bed, I think. Gillingham,
Gillingham are they're just playing it. They're just knocking around just for sake of knocking around, and they always just lump it forward. So AFC Wimbledon kind of, I shouldn't say it's easy for Wimbledon. I just think that Wimbledon are well prepared in terms of their defensive shape, and the likes of Pearce and Nightingale doing good in the air to win a lot of headers that come in. Well, a long throw from right. and Brown tried to clear it. It ricocheted off of him, and it's going to be a corner kick here for Wimbledon. A bit of a miss-hit there from Lee Brown.
Around the world here on radio WDON for the opening action-packed odyssey of the season 2022-23. But defending though for the Dons to do this single goal lead to protect.
Give me a corner. First corner of the game here for the Gills. Near post. Cleared away, now fully away. Nicely done, Chiz. Did Chislett, was that Chislett that headed it away twice? One from the near post and then once afterwards.
So it's going to be a free kick once again to Gillingham, and maybe not necessarily a blot on the Dons copybook in this first half, but you'd probably say conceding maybe a few too many free kicks.
Yeah, first it was Chislett with the head and then Chislett with the foot. But then pardon me, no, that was actually Nightingale, or Marsh, no. Marsh who cleared it away the second time. Anyway, short free kick here for, that's a replay. Sorry, I missed the replay, actually. It was Green that ended up beating Lee Brown for, or sorry, Jack Hurry for pace there. I'm confusing players left, right, and center. And then he tried to drive in near post, and Zana beats it away. Out for a corner kick here. Oh, 19 viewers. Holy. Okay. Well, welcome along, everybody. I didn't expect that much of a turnout, considering, you know, it's a home game, first game of the season. Nicely done there from Zanev. Very difficult to deal with as a keeper when the ball goes over your head, and Zanev just kind of palms it away there. Had to really jump for that, or fingertips. Had to get fingertips on that one. Out for another corner kick. Nicely done from Nick Zanev. Not as good on the feet, but very, very much a physically imposing keeper in the air whenever he needs to come up big, whether it's a punch or a collect. Way. Mandron kind of had a free header at the top of the six, but looked to me like Alex Pierce jumped for that one. It was Gunter that jumped for that one, and he didn't get a head on that, but it kind of put Mandron off. A quality you need to have as a striker is to be able to anticipate the defender not getting a head on it, and I think Mandron just kind of got caught by surprise there, as he was only like 3 or 4 yards behind Gunter as he tried to win the header. Gunter. So yeah, just heads it over, thankfully, as it was kind of a free header for Mandron.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I've been driving him mad for Arsenal tickets. My kids are at the game today, so he's looked after me there in his box, and yeah, my brother's over there as well.
Oh, nice press there by Davison, almost dispossessing Jeffries there. Nicely done by Magoma, dispossessing Lee as he tried to receive it on the hold-up and draws the foul there. Maybe goes down a little easy, but Paris knows exactly what he's doing there, drawing the contact there from Kashket. Kind of puts his body in the way and goes down. AFC Wimbledon showing some decent chemistry, knocking it around here. And let's see what happens here. Magoma on the press. Ooh, that was a dangerous turn from Magoma. Thankfully doesn't get dispossessed, as he kind of turned 180 degrees rather than taking a touch towards the outside. But thankfully no dispossession there from Magoma. Ooh, headed away. Oh! Cross intended for Davison, and the header was not fully away there as it fell straight to the feet of Gunter, who tried to hit it first time with the inside of his foot, actually, instead of trying to lace it. And it actually deflected off of the center back and bounced off the keeper's leg, so it could have easily redirected toward the back of the net there. But nicely done there from the Dons. Putting numbers forward, and Gunter, you always expect him to, you know, very experienced player. You always expect him to get on the end of a partial clearance from a cross, or you expect him to try to create space for a shot. Very experienced individual. Maybe every now and again you'll see him getting caught in behind, as he doesn't have the best pace for a wing back, but we'll see. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Gunter so far. Lee Brown is very bullish on Gunter, and I do take Lee Brown's opinions. Lee Finch from Wobbles Out of Dream podcast. I do take his opinions very seriously, as every now and again, you know, he'll be very critical of players, but I do think he has a very good knowledge of the game, and he does rate Gunter very highly. So I'm gonna take his word for him. Good idea there from Nightingale, actually, of all players, to try to go on the overlap from Gunter, but Gunter instead plays it to Magoma. Magoma still in possession here. No press from Gillingham. Looks to me like my scoreboard is actually a bit behind here. Ooh, nice ball over the top. Just got away from Chislett a little bit. Clearance away from Gillingham. Throw in for Wimbledon. Pretty close to the goal line. I mean, who isn't a big fan of Asal? Man's an absolute workhorse. It's going to be a long throw here for Curry. Headed away. Let's see if Paris can win the header here. Yes, he does. Out to Curry. Ooh. Oh, no foul here. Curry. Ooh. Yeah, Curry tried to fake one way, then go the other, and it was Green, actually, who got brought down, but no foul there from the ref. That's a yellow card for sure. I mean, that's got to be a yellow, as Asal received it on the wide area. Oh yeah, definitely a yellow card there. Lee Brown played it to Asal. First touch from Asal took him out wide, and there's no way he was ever winning that. Definitely a yellow card. Kind of a tackle from, not from behind. It was like from an angle, but he was never going to win that one. The ball was so far away from Aymer. Never winning that one. It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous area from about 25 yards out on the left-hand side. It's going to be Lee Brown. Ooh. Good idea there from Nightingale to try to redirect it to the back post, and it was just a couple, maybe like 3 or 4 yards wide. Nightingale had a couple of headed goals last season, but it was in the beginning of the season. Toward the later half of the season, we didn't really see any goal contributions from Nightingale. Referee's fairly lenient in this one. Lee Brown tries to pressure Green and actually gets a little bit of the ball there as Green goes down, but throw in here for the Gills. Yeah, the Gills look really flat in this half, and it's something I did not expect from a promotion candidate. I don't think they're going to get automatically promoted, but certainly... Whoa. Okay. Well, let me rewind a little bit to explain what happened there. Right with a bit of a long throw, and Pierce loses out ahead of Mandron, but thankfully Lee, his cross was straight to the hands of Zanev. It didn't look to me like anybody was open back post, as Gunter had the back post covered. But yeah, one of those battles that you don't expect Alex Pierce to lose there in the air. Gunter out wide now. Can he put a good ball in? You know he can. Yeah, not a little too close to the keeper there, but the ball kind of went away from him as he took a touch toward the goal line. So kind of going against the body momentum a little bit. I think they're talking about Davison here, who played for Swindon last season, scored 9 goals. I'm very, very bullish on Davison. We haven't seen much from Davison here. Hasn't had too many opportunities to show what he's got, as most of our play has been on the wide areas with our midfielders and our outside wing backs rather than our strikers. But I'm very, very bullish on Josh Davison. I'm gonna be alternating between Davison and Davison, by the way. It should whatever rolls off the tongue. Nicely done by Chislett. Oh, Davison is gonna hold the ball up here. He's gonna play a decent ball. Ooh. It wasn't a through ball per se, but the ball was played a couple of yards ahead of Asal, who was looking to take a heavy touch ahead of the center back, but the center back was able to intercept the pass. Curry's going to fake the cross and play it with his right foot into the box. Ooh, no foul there from the ref as the center mid went down a little easy with Magoma on the pressure from the back there. Maybe a little push off. I don't think it was enough. There wasn't an extension of the arm there, so. Corner kick from Wimbledon here. Yeah, the referee is no nonsense today. He's not going to call anything that's too soft. Yeah, AFC Wimbledon playing this first half very well. You know, knocking it about. We seem to have some good chemistry amongst one another. Not getting dispossessed too frequently, and I think our on-the-ball quality has been very good. Lee Brown. Ooh. Lee Pierce was jumping for that one. Didn't win it though. What can you do, Paris? He's gonna take someone on. Ooh, decent ball. Oh, that was a good little chip floater there from Magoma, and Asal in the back post, straight to the keeper. Unfortunately. That was a good ball from Paris.
In the end, a fairly straightforward save, but Dons gradually increasing their quota of goal-scoring chances created. Nightingale with a header not long ago that was wide of the post, and the Sal now drawing another, admittedly straightforward save from Glenn Morris. But maybe the pendulum of pressure starting to turn a little bit more and swing in the Dons' favour.
Yeah, we're heading towards half-time, and of course, previously.
Now we see Williams a little too much space. Come on, yeah, there we go. Chislett's going to be closing him down. Law. Now we see Williams, a through ball, past Nightingale. Okay, thankfully he was a little too far ahead of Kashket. I was gonna say maybe Nightingale was just a little too far forward there, but yeah, gets beat in the end. Nightingale. Thankfully the pass is too heavy. I think I've got the hang of the Gills players for the most part, so I won't have too much of a hard time deciphering who's who at this point. Kashket 24, Lee 10, Mandron 9. I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking at the game. I'm not looking at the lineups. Not cheating. 6 Williams, I think. Anyway, Davison has plenty of space here. He's going to take a couple touches forward, but not able to find anybody. Has to play it square. Curry now. Brown's going to take it one time into the box. Oof. Come on, Gunter, get there. Not pacey enough to recover possession.
Still 1-0 to the Dons. Still that goal on 14 minutes by Ethan Chislett. What an absolute cracker it was to get the season underway. Real howitzer of a shot that I don't think Gillingham keeper Glenn Morris even smelt.
Just to say, the global reach of the fans that we've got out there tuned in for this broadcast today. Callum McGarry's tuned in, I think, from Colombia. It's his first match as a married man, and greetings from your relative there, Niall, and of course.
Nice to hear. Somebody got married and now he's watching AFC Wimbledon for the first time. Maybe.
It must astound you, Anthony, to see that.
Maybe his wife is an AFC Wimbledon supporter. Who knows?
Well tuned in for the Dons, hanging on your every word, Anthony.
I'm surprised by some of the countries you mentioned there. Fair play to them for tuning in. Appreciate it as always.
Oh, dispossessed here by
Here come the Dons. When he
Chislett.
after Gillingham's turn to be a bit
Back to
slow.
Chislett from Curry.
Sal now, just on the edge of the area.
Sal.
Touch back to Brown, midway inside the Gillingham half. Back down the line now for Chislett. Scorer of the goal so far this afternoon. Back with Brown.
You know, so far I'm big ups to Lee Brown. I think he's put a couple of good balls into the box, and maybe aside from one whiffed clearance that led to a corner, I think defensively he's doing okay too. Absolutely calamitous last season, but it's a new season. It's a new season, and it is League 2. So let's see if he can show what he's truly got as a left center back slash outside back, who's not actually going to be playing as an outside back because of the emergence of Curry and Gunter.
Yes, once more, it's a bit of ball retrieval practice for Nick Zanev. Dribbles the ball towards the edge of the penalty.
Yeah, so far it's just been all Wimbledon, man. I mean, they haven't created like a ton of chances, but they've been very good on the ball, very clinical on the ball. And they look a lot more confident in chance creation than the Gills. The Gills are playing second fiddle right now.
Case of stick or twist, really, in terms of the Dons, whether they're just going to be looking to hold on to the lead at half-time, or maybe hit Gillingham with the first half a double whammy.
I'm a little concerned right now about Magoma. Well, Magoma's good on the ball, but
Wins it above Davison.
from what I noticed, every time he doesn't take a look behind him before he receives the ball. Sometimes when he receives the ball, he kind of
Kashket was after
takes a little too long on the ball. I mean, not that he takes too long every time, but
high up into the Kappa stand.
I'm worried that he's going to get dispossessed at some point. It could just be a lack of experience. I think he'll pick up on that habit as the season progresses, or as he gets a little bit older. He'll learn to like take a look over his shoulder before he receives the ball, or maybe as he receives the ball, maybe take a quick glance before playing a pass. On the ball, though, he's pretty good. I mean, he's got a very good first touch, but I'm just worried about that maybe lack of a habit of taking a look over your shoulder. But we'll see. Well, Curry's got plenty of space here as he wins the knockdown from Gillingham outside back. Or the header intended for somebody up top. Let's see, Chiz. Yeah, AFC Wimbledon just knocking around here.
Back with Chislett. Closed down by Green.
Sal was looking to make a run there, but he plays it back to Brown instead. Yeah, Sal off the ball is also very active,
Back to Nick Zanev once
trying to make those incisive runs.
high and away towards the near side. Is Curry going to be able to keep that one in play? Indeed, and
Nicely done from Jack Curry. First touch with this chest, keeps it in play, and switches it over to George Marsh.
far side.
I'm liking what I'm seeing from Jack Curry as well.
Gunter forced to angle his run infield. Here's Magoma. Brown once again. Oh, and not quite measuring the pass right for Curry, and it was right who was able to get there first, and then drills the ball against Curry and out of play for a late throw-in in this first half to Gillingham down their right-hand side. Still trailing the Dons by a goal to nil, and brings again to Dave Hunt-Jackson. Joining us up there north of the Watford Gap. Great to have you with us. Was right with a throw in from the right hand side once again for Gillingham. And Sal goes to the ball with the right, and well, like a bit of a high boot there from the Gillingham number 4. Sal looking towards the referee, but nothing doing. Let's hope it's not another season where Sal gets harassed and
I think we're playing, honestly, we're playing very good football. I gotta say, I hope I don't jinx. Oh. Yeah, it wasn't a terrible challenge. It's just crowd, you know. Ooh. I look back at it, okay. It was a headed challenge. And Jeffries was never getting to that one. Kind of like threw his body forward to try to win the header, and I think clashed heads with Chislett. Actually, no, his arm prevented the clash of heads. But he jumped in and then kind of threw his arm up to try to protect his head. Whoever that was, or it was Jeffries that tried to win the header. Never getting to that one. Chisler got that one all day. And just a warning from the referee. Very, very positive opening first half here from AFC Wimbledon. Very impressed with what I've been seeing. I think, AFC Wimbledon knocking it around very well. Feeding off of one another as well. Off the ball runs are very much plentiful. And AFC Wimbledon, every time they were in possession, they looked like they were, they looked like they wanted to create something. I'm very much impressed with Jack Curry. I think that, while he is a pacey individual, sometimes as a wing back, especially in League 2 and sometimes in League 1, wing backs lack quality on the ball. I think Curry, very agile on the ball, and I think he can, he creates space for himself, whether it's cutting back to the center or, just decent all around. Very impressed with Jack Curry. I think Magoma has a good first touch. Like I said, maybe needs to be careful with players over his shoulder. Maybe needs to take a look over his shoulder first to see where he's going. As there was one instance in which he kind of turned almost 180, and there was a player coming in from the side, kind of like diagonally. Had that player come from behind, he would have gotten dispossessed. So I think Magoma, while he does have plenty of quality, I think he needs to just look over his shoulder a little bit. Gunter, good balls into the box. Lee Brown, good balls into the box. Sal Davison, good off the ball press. Haven't seen too much from Davison on the ball, but off the ball, very active. And overall, pretty solid. Thanks, my guy. I appreciate the kind words from you. Last season, on average, I would average about maybe 10 to 12 viewers. So far, I think I've peaked out at 16 or 17. And considering that this is a home game and it's the first game of the season, I'm pretty excited for that. And I think the away games will see more of a turnout for sure. But I appreciate it, man. That being said, 1-0 Wimbledon over the Gills. And I don't have a graphic. I overslept a little bit, so I will return shortly. Wait. I don't have a graphic, like I said. Usually I have like a starting screen graphic. I would revert to that during halftime. But instead, I'm just going to have this makeshift setup here. So I will return after these short messages, boys. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Since I don't have the starting screen graphic, you'll see me just walking around my room for like a couple minutes. I do have to leave right away after the stream, so I'm not going to be coming out with like a post-match analysis video like I usually do. I'll do a little bit of a post-match analysis after the stream though, so stay tuned for that. Even after stream ends, I'll stick around for a couple minutes, talk about the game, and then head out from there. But I'm just going to get a couple things for when I do leave. Let's see. I'm actually going to be going to, the reason why you just saw me take out a couple of my pop vinyls is because I'm going to Los Angeles Chargers training camp. It's a team in the NFL. They're going to be doing some preseason training and stuff, open to the public. And those two pop vinyls I got were two players from the Chargers. So if you guys follow football, I am a Chargers fan myself. Huge Chargers fan. I've watched the Chargers since I was like 12, so that was back when Phillip Rivers and Antonio Gates used to throw touchdowns to each other like every game, it seemed. But anyway, back at it again. Let me take a look at a couple of results just for the sake of it. JaggyDons winning League One. Are they actually winning right now? Oh, they're losing. I would hold your horses there, my guy. I wouldn't say that when JaggyDons are 1-0 down. I'm not trying to create hostility. I just temper your expectations a little bit. I swear I could be a bit of an asshole sometimes. When it comes to JaggyDons, I don't really care. Okay, enough about JaggyDons. Yeah, so that was a good first half. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna be eating my pizza. Yes, I'm having pizza for breakfast. Sheffield Wednesday is beating Portsmouth 1-0. A couple of teams that kind of disappointed last season. Sheffield Wednesday spent a lot of money last season, though, so I think maybe they might be in a bit of a financial struggle. But they still have a lot of the same players that they had last season. They still have Lee Gregory, Barry Bannon, Deli Basharu. They also got Josh Windass still. Who else do they have? They kept some players, yeah. Lee Gregory and Barry Bannon are pretty much like the dynamic duo of the team. Arguably, Barry Bannon was the best player in the entire league last season. I mean, he was making people look foolish, like just lumping a bunch of balls into the box, and through balls were just on point from the man. Wait. Is that who I think it is? Joe Pigott? He's a Portsmouth player now. Interesting. I mean, fair play to Pigott. Didn't get very much playing time in Ipswich. And, of course, Portsmouth losing out on... They lost somebody, I know that. Who did they transfer out? It was their main striker, was it not? I forget his name. Or am I going crazy? Departures. Oh, he was on loan. Oh no, he is on loan from Ipswich. Never mind. But who did they lose? Oh, they lost Marcus Harness. Yeah. Anyway, back to the game, boys. We are back up and running once again.
Chats with them, nice to always pop in the bar and have a chat with them when they were about, and yeah, good sponsors, good guys.
The first thing I heard when I turned the commentary on was about the bar, and I gotta say, the Phoenix bars. I didn't actually get to drink there. After the Doncaster game, I had a couple people being like, inviting me after the game to drink, and I'm like, I gotta go actually. I would have loved to have a drink with the lads over there, but very nice bar, very posh, shall I say.
Across the back four to Baggett, midway inside his own half. It was on further now to Law, immediately closed down by Gunter. Back to Baggett once again. Asal also doing his best to make himself a nuisance in the closing stages, and sure enough, the attempted Gillingham clearance has reached.
The clearance, yeah, the clearance was a bit of a poor one. Nightingale receives the ball there.
Held further on now to Curry over on the far side. Touchdown the line for Davison with Aimer for company.
Davison out wide here. Let's see what he can do.
And turning,
First real opportunity for Davison to show his stuff, but unfortunately gets dispossessed. Out-muscled in the end by Irma. Irma. Hold on, I gotta rewind here. Something happened. It's all kicked off. Ooh. A couple of tackles made by Asal and Mandron, and then George Marsh actually pushes Mandron down, and then somebody else comes in and like tries to make himself like physically imposing, like, hey, what the fuck did you do that for? George Marsh gets in his face. Wow. There might be at least one red card here. Actually, maybe not. There was never any contact to the face, but George Marsh and looked to me like Lee, number 10, were like having their forearms on each other's like throats or chest or something. They were kind of having a little bit of a pushing match. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, George Marsh kind of. I don't know what got into him there. He like pushed Mandron down, and then all of a sudden, Lee tried to come in and like try to say something to him, like, "Hey, what the fuck, man?" And then they all of a sudden, I think it was George Marsh that initiated the contact, and then Lee just like was pushing against him, like, "What the fuck?" So anyway, tempers flaring early in the second half here. You'd expect a Gillingham player to have his tempers lose his temper, but it was actually George Marsh. So interesting.
Brown can bring order to proceedings with the free kick. Plays it short into Marsh. Back to Brown in centre field. Here's Magoma. Angles the pass nicely into Marsh, right side of the Gillingham penalty area. Gets the goal line, stands across.
Oh, Marsh takes it down the line.
Back high and across, and goodness me, it was a Nightingale and
very nicely done there by George Marsh. It was a good through ball there initially by Paris Magoma, and then George Marsh just kind of took a heavy, like a first touch. It wasn't a through ball per se, but it was a ball inside the 18-yard box. There's that link-up play between Magoma and Marsh. They used to play in the Tottenham Academy back then.
Once more, twisting and turning, a few yards inside the Dons half. Mandron making a run in towards the edge of the box, and that's who the ball from Reeves is aimed for. It's going to run in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Oh, goodness me.
Oh.
Sliding in further over, but unable to divert the ball.
Didn't look like there was going to be much on that, but all of a sudden a really good ball was whipped in there by number 11. A substitute that just came in, Ben Reeves. Just over the head of Alex Pierce, and Lee Brown, unfortunately, was on the wrong end of Mandron, who actually headed it down, or somebody headed it down for Mandron, and just went ahead of him.
Yeah, I said to you at half time, Rob, their best player was on the bench. Ben Reeves has come on and he's put his foot on the ball now. It could be a bit of a different game now.
Meantime, here come the Dons. Gunter released inside the right side of the box. Couldn't quite pull it back for Davison. It's Baggett who gets there first and takes no chances.
It's a good through ball there, intended for Gunter, and Gunter tried to play it first time. Picked it out of the air, and unfortunately, Josh Davison, just a little late on that run, wasn't able to get on the end of it. Throw in here.
Yeah, I think whilst it's still, of course, at 1-0, because as Anthony was saying, the first half here, Wimbledon were in control of this game, and I think Gillingham just sensing at the start of the second half here, just to sort of unsettle Wimbledon a little bit and try and get back on level terms here, yeah?
Yeah, they're trying to get the ball up to Mandron. Obviously, he's a big unit. He has been a good player over the years in the lower leagues, but I still think we're comfortable at the back with a back five out of possession.
Yeah, I gotta say, Mandron has been their most dangerous player. I mean, he's been winning a couple of headers, and a couple minutes ago, I said somebody knocked it down for Mandron, but actually, I look back at it. It was Mandron that won. He kind of chested it down ahead of Lee Brown, and then tried to lay it off for somebody just ahead of him. Just ahead of the pass is just ahead of whoever he tried to lay it off to, and it went out for a goal kick. Nicely done by Chislett. Yeah, it was a good first touch by Chislett off of a slightly wayward clearance from Nick Zana. You're going to hear that at least once a game. Touches just down with his chest, and then second touch plays it out wide to Marsh. But it's going to be a throw in here for Gillingham.
Of course, we had a 6-1 defeat at Priestfield in February of 1982. The 4-4 draw, incredibly, at Selhurst in October of 2000. The Dons 2-0 down and 3-1 down at Gillingham in January of 2012 before winning it 4-3 at the death. And a classic cup encounter at Plough Lane in November 79. First round replay, Wimbledon 4, Gillingham 2. So, again, when the two sides get the goal-scoring scent in their nostrils, they can rack up a hatful. But at the moment, just a single one from the Dons is doing them very nicely indeed.
Ooh, some off-the-ball press here, as Gunter and Davison were trying to press. First touch by Mandron, immediately out wide here to Reeves. Kashket going to put the ball into the box. And Green was making a run into the box there, and just a couple yards ahead of Green was that cross low and hard down the 6. Wow, that was dangerous. Nightingale just getting beat for pace by Kashket there off the through ball. I mean, there wasn't much that AFC Wimbledon did wrong in that scenario. It was just a quick counter-attack as Mandron, I mean, he's a striker, but it seemed to me like he was a center mid there. His first touch was picked off the air perfectly square to Ben Reeves, who had plenty of space. Maybe the center mids could have been better positioned there, but it was just a counter-attack of 4v4, really, after that touch from Mandron. Some quick press there by George Marsh, but they played outside. I'm now behind. Thank you, I follow.
As far as Reeves is concerned, they can't release him and let him go. Already looking dangerous in this second half. Meantime, it's out of play on the far side. Another throw to Gillingham. More or less midway inside the Dons half, taken by Wright. Thrown back into his own half now for Aymer. Played across to Baggett. Back to Aymer, away towards that far side. 8 minutes gone in the second half. Still 1-0 to the Dons. Still that goal on 14 minutes from Ethan Chislett. Blasted in from 20 yards.
Long ball from the Gills, intended for Mandron. Finally, Alex Pierce wins a header over him.
Picked up there by Green. Touch forward down that right-hand side, but it goes too far beyond Lee. Brown will intercept. Fires it high and forward back into the Gillingham half.
Oh, some press by Davison. Aymer just kind of kicks it over his head there.
Williams though will pick it up now though for Gillingham. Oh, but Lee was just
nicely done there. Jack Curry dispossesses as Williams tried to take a touch and then lump it into the box, but gets dispossessed before able to do so. Ooh, nice pass there, Montgomery to Chislett. Chislett out wide to Curry.
took a
Tries to drive it low and hard, but
took the sting out of the opportunity and made that a very straightforward claim indeed from
yeah.
Glenn Morris's perspective.
On defense there was Green, and he took the sting out of the cross.
And in the end, the opportunity came to nothing. But in intercepting that ball, I think Will Wright has taken a knock, and he's just lying on the turf now at the moment towards that far corner flag. So that's the opportunity for the two sets of players to take on a few litres of umbongo and fruit shoot for the time being, whilst we await treatment for Gillingham's Will Wright.
It's a little bit of a warm day here now, a little bit overcast for the opening day of the season, but Wimbledon just starting to show signs again of getting back at Gillingham there as well, and chance for Johnny Jackson and Terry Skiverton down there on the touchline to get some instructions in, and as you were saying, Anthony, perhaps just sort of to pick up the threat in midfield there.
Yeah, I think Jack will be getting that message across to the midfielders to get tight to Reeves. He is a clever football player. Over the years playing against him, he's always one that's caught my eye.
Yeah, somebody from Gillingham is receiving treatment from the physio or from the medical staff. Oh, here we go. Cheye Alexander going to be coming on, not for AFC Wimbledon, but for the Gills.
So imminent arrival onto the field then for Cheye Alexander. 10.5 minutes gone. Then in
I wonder what kind of reception Cheye Alexander is going to get. I mean, he wasn't controversial at all, and he was just there, right? He didn't have too many like super great performances. Didn't have too many super poor performances. He was just there throughout his time at AFC Wimbledon.
Player who was never ever really flavour of the month or even soup of the day amongst the Dons fans. Got a couple of goals, of course. That brilliant goal at Wickham and a tap in at Coventry, but not necessarily anyone who might have a statue erected in his honour, perhaps. Outside the ground.
He was at Salford recently, wasn't he? I think, and of course, Salford, the team we're going to have to play this season.
Indeed, 12th of November there up at the Peninsula Stadium. Meantime,
I like the analogies that the commentators were saying about Cheye Alexander. Oh, let's go Curry. Jack Curry dispossessing here. We got a 4-on-4 here. Through ball intended. Good idea there from Chiz, but unfortunately the pass ahead was just too heavy for intended for Ayub Asal.
Serious as it looks in the immediate aftermath of the challenge, and sure enough, he's back on the field.
Greatly appreciated by the
Oh, of course I'm coming.
what character he is on his league debut as well, and I think I touched upon it last week, mentioned on social media.
I'm going to be leaving in about like 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to be there a little past 9.
In Zambia and Botswana, and he's left his phone at home, real character building thing for
Oh, nicely done there. Gunter putting on the press on Ben Reeves. Still, as a Nightingale brings down Kashket, as the clearance was not fully cleared there. But Kashket gets brought down by Nightingale from behind.
All running loose and one or two challenges, maybe getting a little bit more fruity, dare I say, as the second half goes on. But
You still got time. I mean, gates already open, but
Corinthian ideals of football sportsmanship being upheld to the full.
I suppose it's
we got time.
though, isn't it, Anthony? The fact that, you know, whilst it's still at 1-0, or Alex Pearce there.
Hey, oh shit. Well, Mandron gets brought down, unfortunately, there by Alex Pearce. Mandron has had the better of Alex Pearce in a few occasions here.
About 25 to 30 yards out and just to the left of centre, and no shortage of potential.
Alex Pearce just over the shoulder of Mandron, kind of pulls him down a little bit. It's going to be a free kick here from about 24, 25 yards out.
Will Wright currently plotting with nefarious intent for the taking of this kick. Scott Kashket getting involved as well, having one or two.
Oh, how awesome it would be for AFC Wimbledon to start off the season with 3 points. Then again, we did start off last season with 3 points with the win against Doncaster, and we got relegated, so we'll see. Oh, let me remove that "I will return shortly" thing. My bad.
So it's Reeves and Wright standing over the ball. Reeves strikes it beyond the wall though, and Zanev in the end came across and did catch the ball cleanly in the end, but just for a moment it looks like he may have come across just fractionally too far to gather that one, but in the end a clean catch.
Yeah, it looked to me like Zanev cheated a little bit. He tried to as soon as the free kick was taken, he was already immediately sprung off of the far post. But then he almost overran the ball, so he had to put his hands up here to collect it instead of like right here. It was like right here, but bounces it off the ground and collects it, thankfully.
Composure and confidence, which of course taken a fair few knocks last season. Meantime, here comes Gillingham again towards the far side. Reeves on the ball.
I mean, Zaneff's handling is not bad. It's just his on the ball quality and positioning. His positioning sometimes also lets him down too.
Dealt with that one in the end, but he's been coming under a little bit of pressure as well recently because Bezo's latest protege, Nathan Brew, young England goalkeeper, a project that he's working upon. He's been pushing Tans recently, but Tans looking to keep a clean sheet here today.
So maybe we're having to wait a little bit longer before we hear.
Couple headers won by Alex Pierce.
Let me hear you say Nathan.
And Gillingham just possessing it around their back four here before. They're probably going to lump it forward eventually. Yep. Actually, they switched the play. Jack Curry is putting the press on there.
Right, but he manages to control it. Combines with Green, but then gives the ball away to Brown. Here's Curry away on the far side. Magoma now midway inside his own half. Diagonal pass that in the end was too far ahead of Marsh and not quite into the path of Davison. Gillingham intercepting once again. The Dons inviting Gillingham forward with some of these misplaced passes, which in the end was the key to the 3-point downfall here, more or less a year ago here. Here's Green now, right side of the Dons penalty area. Brown
Green with an, Reeves with a little bit of a short incisive through ball to Green, and Green tried to cross it first time, and Chislett was there to defend and block the cross. But Gillingham, last 10 minutes has been all Gillingham in terms of pressure, a couple of misplaced passes. This is dangerous, boys.
But Gillingham haven't made a better start to the second half.
And it comes in from the far side. Zanev underneath this one, and unchallenged, and in the end
Works Zanev.
And now bowls the ball out quarterback style away towards the far side.
Nice.
Davison waited for the ball to arrive at him. In the end, it skidded up off the turf, and then he couldn't then keep up with the ball and to keep it in play. So disappointing moment there for the Dons, and Gillingham will have it back once again with a throw on the far side. But yeah, just a moment's inexperience perhaps there from.
Yeah, so AFC Wimbledon getting dispossessed a couple of times with passes, and there was one other time where Chislett tried to play forward to a Sal, but too heavy, could have played a Sal in. So lacking quality a little bit on the ball in this half, but they're still up 1-0. They're still in the driver's seat ultimately, and Gillingham, when they're on top, it's in flashes. They're not like, I mean, when I say it's been all Gillingham, I mean like, you know, they come forward and in spurts. They don't continuously pressure AFC Wimbledon. It's just AFC Wimbledon, a couple misplaced passes, which ultimately lead to like counter-attacking opportunities. As Sal gets past his man, as the ball kind of bounced forward a bit, he recovers, but Asal is gonna take it to the center. Magoma, 1, 2, 3 touches, 4. Hey! Yeah, maybe goes down a little too easy there, Magoma. Yeah, I'm gonna look back at this. Yeah, he goes down easy. But yeah, Ayub Asal, the ball bounced a couple times, and he's able to out-shrug Amer, the center back, and unfortunately wasn't able to beat him for pace the whole way. He had to cut back and play to Magoma. And Magoma takes a couple touches toward the 18-yard box and goes down a little easy.
The referee was pretty certain there. Anthony, what did you think of it?
At first, I've got to be honest, I thought it was a penalty, but you can sometimes tell by the player's reaction. He didn't moan, he just got up, so he must have been trying to fool him there.
Magoma there suddenly picked up.
There we go, Pierce winning the header over Mandron.
Johan Cruyff winning that second-minute penalty in the 1974 World Cup final.
Oh, counter-attack here from the Gills. Ben Reeves fakes the shot, cuts it back to his right, cuts it back to his left. Being double-teamed here by Chiz and Brown. Cross over everyone's head. Back to number 4, though. Corner for Gills again. That's a throw-in, actually.
Throw into Gillingham 24 minutes gone. 7,752 is the attendance this afternoon, with 1,172 joining us from Gillingham. Here's Curry now on the far side, just in front of his goal line. Tries to launch it high and forward. Deflects back.
Clear it, Brown.
More distance than Curry with the
There you go.
Bounces on towards the Sal.
Sal. I'm going to run onto it.
Bagger, though, gets the touch to win it back to Gillingham. Now Aimer will feed right. Turned on for Green, but
ball lumped up, intended for Brown, but not Brown, Green, but Brown wins that one. Two colors.
Reeves lets the ball run on towards Mandron, but in the end, the Dons will regain possession.
Ball's just kind of bouncing around a little bit. It's a very scrappy play from both of them. Oh, good turn from Davison. Okay, off the clearance. I thought Davison was going to run onto that one, but Gillingham center back cleared it.
A straightforward claim there for Nick Sanev. 65 minutes gone, still 1-0 to the Dons.
Yeah, it's more of an intriguing second half here now. Just whilst it's still at 1-0, Wimbledon need sense if they can just get back into their groove again here and just find that second goal.
I'm done with my breakfast.
Gillingham, of course, still not out of this yet. May not be pretty at times, but they're more effective now in the second half, aren't they, Anthony?
Yeah, they've definitely come out a different team. Obviously, Reeves has changed the game, but when they do break, the counter-attack is on. If we can take more care, we can definitely catch them.
Long ball forward here from the Gills. Intended for Mandron again, but Pierce wins it. Last 3 aerial battles have been won by Pierce.
Law will now steer it into Reeves.
AFC Wimbledon are kind of sitting back a little too much, but Curry intercepts. They tried to switch the play, and it was very, very far ahead. And that's a yellow card for sure. Yep. Very far ahead of the intended man. Curry intercepts and gets brought down. I'm still very much impressed by Jack Curry. Has a very good sense of when to try to cut the ball out and when not to. That time he anticipated the pass and got there very, very swiftly. And Jack Curry, despite being young and not too experienced in top echelon of, well, first team play, I should say, showing the expertise of like a 29 or 30-year-old outside back. So nicely done from Jack Curry so far.
As Cheye Alexander, meantime, as there's a slight break in play, is being ready to
Cheye Alexander, Cheye Alexander.
Let's see which
coming on for Gillingham.
Going to be withdrawn, but play will restart with a free kick to the Dons, and it's Will Wright, the
oh well, he's not coming on yet, but next time, next dead ball, I would assume.
A few moments ago, he'll leave the field now, over on the far side, and make his way around the perimeter of the field. And it's Cheye Alexander.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, he's on now.
Making an almost immediate return then to the Cherry Red Record Stadium. And already serenaded with a chant indicating that the Wimbledon fans are aware that he used to play for them. Meantime, throw into the Dons end, down this right-hand side.
Yeah, Dons fans fairly neutral about Cheye Alexander's return to Plough Lane, you know. He was just there, like I said. He didn't really... I mean, he put a couple good balls in the box. He was okay defensively. He was just there in the end.
On the halfway line towards the far side. Steered back across now into Pierce. Slid forward into Marsh. Back to Nightingale.
Although he was the individual that assisted Joe Pigott against Rochdale. Gotta give him that one. My favorite AFC Wimbledon goal of all time was Joe Pigott's game winner against Rochdale 2 seasons ago. The game where it ended up at I say it's my favorite goal, but I forget the scoreline. Was it 3-2 or 4-3? I think it was 4-3.
What the Dons will do in terms of the strategy for the remainder of the game. Leading by a goal to now, they're going to play more of a stick and twist strategy perhaps, and of course need to keep close eyes on Gillingham, although it's the visitors who've now conceded a free kick. Kashket with a foul on Nightingale. Gillingham fans
they're playing it quick here. Here's Curry. Oh, 3-3, pardon me, it was a draw. The equalizer from Pigott, 3-3. There you go, Ayub. That's got to be a yellow card for Aimer, surely, unless he's already on the book. But yeah, Sal, that was brilliant work there. He was pressured by two players. He takes a touch forward, then quickly cuts inside, like not even a half second after he takes that touch toward the 18. Very skillfully done there by Ayuba Sal. And right on the edge of the 18-yard box. He immediately saw that pocket of space as soon as he took that touch forward, and he took that touch towards the center and drew the foul very nicely. I would imagine Chislett, since it's on that left-hand side, I would imagine Chislett trying to whip this one in to the top corner. When I say whip it in, I mean try to actually score, not putting it into the box. He actually decided to try to blast it with power with his side foot toward where the keeper was, and the keeper beat it away.
Good work from the Gillingham keeper, denying the Dons, and not for the first time this afternoon.
Yeah, on target, we wanted him to work the keeper. Can Wimbledon maintain the danger here? It's a chance now for the Dons.
I can't see it because of the replay, but AFC Wimbledon have scored. I did not see it because the iFollow was still playing the replay, but I heard the commentary. Get in. Come on, is that Jack Curry who scored? Well, what a debut Jack Curry has had. Not only has he been playing very well defensively, he gets himself on the score sheet. Who would have known? Who would have thought? I still don't know how the goal was scored, but we'll take it. Thanks, iFollow. You royally screwed me over. Hold on, let's see. It was a throw-in to Nightingale. Nightingale, really good ball back post, my goodness. And Jack Curry just leaps over Cheye Alexander. Cheye Alexander had no clue Jack Curry was behind him. Cheye Alexander was just looking at it. All of a sudden, Jack Curry was already at his apex, and he nods it in back post. Cheye Alexander completely dumbfounded, and it's 2-0 to AFC Wimbledon, baby. Let's go. Come on. Great header from Jack Curry. Got up very nicely. And it was a really good ball, too, by Nightingale. He received the throw-in. His first touch kind of made the ball bounce, and he used the inside of his foot to whip it in. That was a very good ball. Could have easily been under hit, but that was perfectly weighted to the back post by Will Nightingale. Like I said, Will Nightingale's decent on the ball. He's got good quality for a center back. It's just sometimes tracking back defensively, sometimes a little bit dodgy, but I think at that time Will Nightingale certainly worked wonders for us. Let's go.
Time on the pitch, 2-0 to Wimbledon. Chislett and Curry, a goal in each half, and 18 minutes to go. It's the second goal, as we said, that they wanted here. Can they push on?
Indeed.
Let's see if they can push on here. It's going to be number 17. Green. Okay, just a couple yards wide of the post there was the shot from Green.
Didn't need to get a touch, it went straight behind for a goal kick to the Dons. Well, Jack Curry, he's taken a bit of a buffeting this afternoon, there's no question about that. But he's rolled with the punch, rolled with the tackles. He's been a fundamental part of all the good attacking moves we've seen from the Dons.
I just realized this, boys. We are about to win our first game in, what, 27? I just realized I totally forgot. We're still in the midst of a very, very large losing streak. Winning drought. And we're about to end it here, boys. Who would have known? We're about to end our losing streak. I mean, it is a new season after all. New, fresh mindset, new manager, new formation, new system. And so far, that system has proven to be of our benefit.
Yeah, he's technically always very good on the ball. He looks like he's filled out a little bit. He's got stronger. But, I mean, I've been really, really impressed with him. Considering it's his debut, he's been good on the ball. Off the ball, out of possession, he's been brilliant. And like I said, he's playing so far up the pitch that he's going to get chances.
Header won there by the center back. A couple headers won by Gillingham, but in the end it falls to Magoma.
Really
Nightingale lumping it forward. Ooh. Josh Davison turns away from his defender who tried to get a foot on it. It was Baggett who tried to get his foot on that one. For those of you that are watching Baggett, of course, the Indonesian legend. Gunter far post. Ooh. Oh, he kept it in. Curry kept it in. Wow. And unfortunately, it was just a little bit ahead of Asal, who tried to get a touch on that. And he did get a touch, but went a little bit ahead of him. Davison turns away from 2 defenders. Come on, Davison. Oof. There you go, Davison. I did mention in my last, well, 2 videos ago, the reaction to the signings. Davison, very good at turning away from pressure and creating space for himself. Not the most agile on the ball, but he has a lot of, whenever he takes a touch, he takes it with purpose. He tries to create space for himself, and he tried to take a shot on with his left foot, but it was a good like 6, 7, 8 yards over the bar. But fair play to Davison there. Yeah, there were 2 players that were putting the pressure on him. He kind of split the 2 defenders with a touch in between them, and he was able to create space for himself.
Opening day of the season, good stuff here from the Dons, Anthony.
Yeah, place is absolutely buzzing now. Again, little break in play. Jacko's trying to get a few messages across. But yeah, Jack Curry at that back post, he's on every time. He's done well there to put it back to Ayew. Just took a little bit of a bad touch, but I sense another goal coming.
Confidence of Jack Curry as well. I interviewed him after the Oxford game last week.
I hope the injuries don't persist, because I do have to leave right away after this. But
one of them being himself, of course, as well. He's got that vital second goal for Wimbledon this afternoon.
Yeah, I think there's more to come from him as well. He's only a young lad, and considering it's his first game, he's done ever so well. As the confidence builds, he's going to come into his own.
Glenn Morrison with a goal kick for Gillingham. 76 minutes gone. Elkan Baggett now makes his way.
You shit bastard. No, your shit. I keep freaking confusing the 2 chants.
Hoisting the ball high and forward in towards the Dons penalty area. Zanev, though,
There we go, Zanev collects it.
Kashket.
God, I miss going to games. I want to go to a game again. Fuck. I'm not going to be able to go to another game for another, like, I want to say 9 months, 10 months. These plans are up in the air still, but I do plan on going back to the UK again around late April, early May. So like maybe like with the last 3 or 4 games of the season to go, that's when I'll be going again to visit my uncle, actually, who lives there now, who came from Brazil. 2-0 to AFC Wimbledon. I actually have the score posted up here right now, unless maybe the video isn't loaded for you. But yeah, 2-0 to AFC Wimbledon ahead of Gillingham.
Sal doesn't go for it for fear of being offside. Aimer instead will clear it high and more or less straight up into the air. In the end, offside, I think, is the verdict from the assistant on this near side.
Let me actually take a look. Let me take a look at who AFC Wimbledon play toward the latter half of the season. Anyway, long kick here from Zanev, or from the other keeper, sorry.
Williams takes over for Gillingham. Here's Kashket, loses out to Marsh. Nightingale battling with Mandron once again. Little break for Reeves, who steers it back for Lee. Here's Alexander now.
Curry putting on the press right away. Yeah, that's a foul. Cheye Alexander, immediate first touch ahead to Green as Curry was putting on the press, and Lee Brown brings him down.
Under 12 minutes to go.
Somebody has a congested throat there. Okay, so they're playing Salford April 10th. Interesting.
And wisdom once more of Anthony Wordsworth.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Enjoyed it.
Oh, that's a really good ball. Okay, thankfully it's cleared away.
Commentating at Plough Lane, so. But like you said, we don't want to call it too early. Anything could happen yet.
Do lottery numbers, do you, by any chance?
Not anymore.
He's still looking to pop his WDN cherry, so to speak, Michael.
Yeah, it looks to me like if I do go to the UK, the season will already end, pretty much. So maybe I can watch some playoff matches, whether it's League 2, League 1, Championship, or heck, if AFC Wimbledon are in the playoffs, I'm definitely going to be watching that, 100%. Yeah, I can watch some Championship or League 1 or League 2 playoff games for sure. I'd be so down. Ooh. Asal is off, yeah. Good link-up play from AFC Wimbledon there as Josh Davison tried to play it over the top. Or, sorry, it was Davison that played it square to Gunter, who played it over the top.
So May will also be preparing to come on for a debut. Yet another
Pierce wins it ahead of Mandron. Ball still in possession here for Gills.
Meantime, here's Kashket now on the far side, battling away with Brown.
Brown is going to hold the ball up ahead of Kashket. Yes, Lee Brown. Beautiful. Kashket was putting on the pressure, and then all of a sudden you see another player putting the pressure on, and Lee Brown immediately just kind of back heels it ahead of the pressure, and Kashket was pulling his shirt. So nicely done there by Brown.
Absolutely embarrassing behaviour. Hands have come to the front of the drag back and turn as Lee came into challenge as well. And now Brown just having.
Kashket's going to receive a yellow card for dissent. And when I say dissent, I mean he was throwing his arms in the air to the referee, and he's like showing his arm. Maybe he was showing that like he was getting pulled a little bit by Lee Brown. But Kashket did initiate the foul first. Oh yeah.
By Max Amer, who was saying he was having his shirt pulled in the first instance, but Davison's shirt there, well, big kick for the Dons. And Davison is having his shirt pulled all over the place there. Card for Scott Kashket.
Yeah, I couldn't see. Maybe Davison was tugging the shirt a little bit at first, but then the other player was literally trying to rip it off of his chest. So yeah, Gillingham on two occasions consecutively getting caught with some shirt pulling and some harrying and hassling. Another substitution coming in here. Hackett Fairchild. Oh, that's a former Portsmouth player. Oh, I know. What am I saying? I'm looking at the Portsmouth versus Sheffield Wednesday lineups. My bad, guys. I'm like, wait a minute. Hackett Fairchild plays for Gillingham now? Okay. Nah. It's going to be David Tulonda coming in. Excuse me, Tutonda. That's a T.
Morris gathers across from the left-hand side for the Dons and tries to get Gillingham back on their way. With Alexander now on that far side, just inside the Dons' half. Touch down the line for Green.
Green has so much space. Come on, close him down. There you go, Curry. Curry's all over the place. He's a fireball kid. Chislett is able to dispossess. Man, I love Jack Curry. I'm loving every single minute of him being on the pitch right now.
7.5 minutes to go.
Impressed me, definitely.
2-0 to Wimbledon. Launched forward by Zanev. Davison does well to flick it on beyond.
Nice.
Couldn't quite get there ahead of Alexander. Nightingale though can recycle it for the Dons. Finds Gunter.
Gunter tries to play it forward. Davison chests it down first time. Nice. Yeah, he was doing a couple step overs, but in the end he ended up playing a ball down to the center.
Down to walking pace now, as is the Dons' prerogative, given the current scoreline. Back with Pierce, back to Brown once again. Slides it down the line now for Curry.
Come on, Curry, what can you do?
Nice little stupid.
Plays it down the center to Asal. Asal takes a heavy touch into the 18. Oh. Very good first touch by Ayub Asal to take it into the 18-yard box, using his pace to his advantage, but the cross was a little too close to the keeper as he collected it. It was a good ball by Curry, too. Plays it just ahead of Asal, so that Asal could run onto that one in the first place. Yeah, Curry's always looking to cut inside, but he does it with purpose. He doesn't cut inside every time, making it predictable. He can go cut inside or go down the wing. He has pace to be able to keep the defender guessing.
A lot of work he's put in. It'd be nice for him to get his reward later on. It'd be nice to see him score a goal.
Ball now delivered into the edge of the Dons penalty area on that far side by Alexander.
Nicola Zane.
Comes right to the edge of the area, gathers that ball into his midriff and goes to ground. Now releases Gunter towards his near side. Short diagonal pass into Marsh. Here's Gunter. Back to Marsh. Plays it forward first time, but couldn't quite pick out Asal. It's Baggett who intercepts. Now Chutonda, freshly introduced as substitute. Runs into a challenge from Asal and it goes out of play. Referee rules in favour of Gillingham. Throw-in taken by Chutonda. Thrown back now to Baggett. Here's Aymer. Now Alexander away towards that far side. Well played though, Chislett closes him down, prevents the ball going forward. Instead it goes back to Aymer. Now here's
Chislett, I've noticed Chislett a lot of times he's putting on the press as a center mid, and he kind of sometimes he's putting himself in a wide area too. Naturally, I'd like to see a 4-3-3 at some point. I mean, 3-5-2 is going to be the standard, but every now and again, if we need to shake it up, let's go with a 4-3-3. Have Chislett playing as that left wing. I would love to see it.
He's tiny with his feet as well. I think Jacko's probably thinking that the last couple of times we've gone long, it's come back a bit too easy, so hopefully the big man can get hold of it.
And you're going to get your wish as well for about 5 minutes. You're going to get to see Bendle as well.
Yeah, I wanted to see this boy. Heard a lot of good things about him, so hopefully he can show us something special in the next 5 minutes.
Four and a half minutes to go then of regulation time. Bendle also being readied for a late entrance for the Dons.
Bendle getting ready to come on.
Being given a good,
Nicely done by Paris to intercept a pass from the left to the center. Asal so much space. You know he's going to take it with his pace. Oh, he's having his shirt pulled. Come on. Cuts it back. Oh, Magoma. That's a foul, no? Yeah, he splits two defenders there, Magoma. Nicely done. In between the legs of Gabode there. Splits two defenders and draws the contact.
Seconds continue to ebb away. That contact was innocuous, but there was enough there clearly in the eyes of the referee to award. And the chances of a point decreasing by the second as indeed, well,
Josh Davison coming off, but he certainly has put a shift in for sure. Well, the first half didn't really have too many opportunities to show what he's got, but the second half did a very good job in, his first touch was good. There were a couple times where he beat his defenders, split two defenders, or, taking it down toward the center and try to create space. I think Davison did a very good job. Won a couple headers as well. Not too bad. Kyle Hudlin going to be coming on here. I do have to leave right away, so in the meantime, I'm going to put a jersey on. This is, for those of you just coming on the stream, I am a fan of the Los Angeles Chargers, and I'm going to be going to a training camp, preseason training camp, right after the game. So, trying to make sure that I'm ready and that I leave pretty much right away.
I think he's probably been man of the match, but as it's Jack Curry's debut and he scored a goal, I'd probably give it to him.
But it's going to be a free kick for the Dons. They actually decided to play it short here.
Switches it over to the left-hand side. Here's Brown taking up the running. Feeds Curry on the outside. Laid back now to Bendle. First touch for him. Now Brown. Bendle once again. Back to Brown on the far side. The Dons happy to keep possession at the moment, and Bendle just bedding himself down into the action for this last closing couple of minutes or so. Back all the way now to Nick Zanev. Away towards that far side, but it was just fractionally too high for Brown, who couldn't keep it in play. And now Gillingham will have a throw-in down that far side.
That's Lewis Walker down there in the Gillingham tracks, who spent the vast majority of pre-season with Wimbledon, and of course Des Walker's son, but I suppose he's managed to pass on too much information that's helped Gillingham here today by the looks of it.
certainly interesting that he, as you say, had that quite prolonged trial spell with us. Didn't spend that long, I don't think, on trial with Gillingham, but in the end opted to go down to the midway towns rather than the bright lights of southwest London. As indeed now we are going to see the entrance of Nathan Young-Coombs.
Well, we got NYC coming in. New signing from Brentford B. It's a pretty common theme for us to sign players from the Brentford B team. Of course, Paris Magoma comes to mind. Also Aaron Presley, of course, but he didn't really make that much of an impact. And Marcus Force, Cheye Alexander, going down the line, going down the list.
Nathan Young-Coombs then imminent, and what a fine coiffeur hairdo he has there. It looks marvellous.
Confident lad as well. I spoke to him yesterday when he signed.
Reminds me of Lyle Taylor, his hairstyle.
He's quick, you know, he wants to show what he can do, and he's eager to sort of step up. He's made his Premier League debut for Brentford, of course, at the end of last season. He didn't get much time. He's going to get 4 minutes by the looks of it.
It is 4 additional minutes then announced.
4 minutes if there's even an opportunity for the ball to go out of play.
It's Pierce now on the edge of the penalty area.
Zanev clears his lines.
Alexander with a header back forward for Gillingham. Here's Williams now into the path of Reeves, who, well, despite the early promise he showed in the second half when coming on as substitute, ultimately hasn't brought a goal for Gillingham. I think the Dons have gradually sussed him out as the second half has gone on. As Nightingale intercepts another ball forward from Gillingham.
Nicely done, Nightingale.
Now Marsh into Magoma. Tristan turns away from Gabode, back with Marsh on the near side. Here's Nightingale. Now Pierce into Marsh.
And the Dons making Gillingham look silly right now with this possession. Hey! No foul there on Magoma. Let's go, Bendle. Yeah, Bendle just came on. Brilliant challenges. Somebody tried to create space for a shot, taking it down the center, and he just came in sliding challenge. Bendle wins that one nicely.
Now here's Chutonda down the left-hand side. Reeves trying to cut in field, but he's deemed to have been fouled there.
Oh, come on. Goes down easy. Paris did go down easy like a minute ago, and that...
And also Ian McIntosh, all the way from Cape Town, who's coming over for a couple of games shortly. Look forward to seeing you, sir. Hopefully,
gonna be a free kick for the Gills here.
As we're enjoying here this afternoon.
Still no NYC coming on though.
Messages that we've received this afternoon as well. Absolutely amazing. Those of you tuning in, different time zones all around the world, devoted to listening to the Dons here, hanging on our every word, closing in.
Putting on some trousers.
An opening day win here.
In the meantime, I'm not actually taking anything off. Don't worry. No nudity today. Or why am I saying today, implying that there will be at some point? No nudity at all. This isn't OnlyFans, guys. This is YouTube.
Goodness me. And not surprisingly, probably one of the most deserved Man of the Match awards of this or any other season. As Nathan Young-Coombs then
NYC coming on for a minute and a half.
Run himself into the ground here this afternoon. He's been a constant thorn in Gillingham's side. He'll now take a standing ovation as the Dons now fans will get their first look at the man from NYC.
He's a mini Lyle Taylor. Mini Lyle Taylor. Oh, he's number 7. Okay, interesting.
Brewing here, perhaps it's only the opening day of the season. We're 2-0 up against Gillingham, and we've seen some good stuff on the Dons out here this afternoon.
Yeah, especially in the fashion that we've done it as well. We've looked organised, formation. I like the fullbacks pushing on high. Everyone putting in a real shift, and then you can see them running around for each other. It's enjoyable to watch.
Is Baggett now steering the ball forward into Gabode, tangling with Nightingale, who comes away with the ball. Gabode looking at the referee, but nothing doing. To be just 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there, as Gunter threads it forward towards Hudlin, but it's going to be Baggett who'll steer it all the way back now to Glenn Morris.
Where's my phone?
So to try and close him down, but the keeper steers
Yo,
it
shit.
forward,
They didn't even clear it. Okay.
Now Williams making his way forward towards halfway. About 15 seconds remaining then of the additional time. It's with Lee. Now Alexander
Let's go, boys.
on the far side. Here's
We're gonna finish off with the W, boys.
Way, in towards centre field. Laid off now for Williams. Is Green over on the far side, but that's the final action of the afternoon. And well,
Ole, 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 ole. Let's go.
last time they did that, I didn't even have my Christmas tree up. But
Let's
now-
go. All right, I'm gonna make this short and sweet, boys, because I gotta go in a couple minutes. But man of the match for me, I'm just gonna jump right into it. Man of the match for me, Jack Curry. I'm not even kidding you. Jack Curry was our man of the match. First, what is this? His first team start, and he was up and down the pitch, dispossessed them a couple of times, scored the second goal. I mean, fair play, Jack Curry did fantastic. I'm gonna give some individual player ratings. Nick Zanev, 7 out of 10. Was there, picked off a couple crosses, poor clearances at times, but did okay. Nightingale, 8.5 out of 10. I think defensively was decent, and on the ball quality, fantastic. Pierce, 7 out of 10. Lost out on a couple of aerial battles, but I think ultimately defensively sound. Aside from that, Lee Brown, 8 out of 10, defensively sound. Gunter, 8 out of 10, up and down the pitch, put a couple good balls in the box. George Marsh, 8 out of 10. I'm getting a lot of 8 out of 10s, 8s out of 10s here. Paris Magoma, 7 out of 10. I think he looked in the first half once or twice he was a little too slow on the ball, but other than that, good first touch and good passing ability. Chislett, 9 out of 10, scored the goal up and down the pitch, put some pressure on the back line every now and again as well. Jack Curry, 9.5 out of 10. Ayuba Sal, 8 out of 10. Davison, 8.5 out of 10. Looked very good in terms of creating space for himself and dealing with pressure from the outside backs to the center backs. I think he looked very good. To make it very short and sweet there. Very good win for the Dons to start off the season. And we'll see you guys on the flip side.